Good evening, and welcome again to the front room of our house this Christmas season. Most people have living rooms that they decorate for Christmas. We have a little recital hall. Sophia and I are delighted that you could make it tonight. Nothing makes us happier than celebrating Christmas with our friends. And what better way to do it than filling the air with beautiful music. Tonight, we are featuring the lighter side of Sophia Pavlienko. All the music we are playing tonight was composed by Sophia for our Christmas performances through the years. Last week, we played Tchaikovsky's beloved Nutcracker Suite. It's so well loved because it's going on 128 years old. It's easy to play something that's been around that long, and it's easy to forget that the Nutcracker was panned by the critics and not particularly well liked for the first 50 years or so of its existence. Rolling out new, never-before-heard music before audiences can be a frightening and daunting challenge. If the Nutcracker had problems, well... Sophia and I, though, are dedicated to advancing the performing arts by presenting new music that has just been composed. Without new music rolling off the presses on a regular basis, what we are doing here will quickly become a dead art. Going to hear music in concerts must never become like going to a museum, with static, predictable artifacts from the past carefully displayed on the wall. There are some very practical problems, however, with presenting new music to modern audiences. For most groups and performers, the first and most overwhelming problem is finding a skilled composer. This house, along with the Trinity Music Academy, has the luxury of having a fantastic composer and arranger in residence. And that would not be me. Sophia Pavlienko has brought both national and international attention and critical acclaim to not only the Trinity Music Academy here, but also to the greater North Carolina music community. Dedicated to creating new music that is first and foremost something that sounds beautiful, her music has been widely performed by artists and orchestras all over the world at this point. Sophia and her music are in such demand that she has actually had to choose which orchestra performance to attend on a given night. She's officially experienced a traffic jam of orchestra performances. That's a rough problem for a living composer to have. In addition, even here at the turn of 2020 to 2021, women composers, new or otherwise, still are programmed on less than 1% of the professional performances in the world in any given year. Here at the Academy, we are almost single-handedly changing that statistic because of Sophia. Her new works are featured here on almost every performance we give. To take a break from writing symphonies, concertos, and oratorios, Sophia loves to indulge her lighter side. She enjoys setting Christmas carols or composing her own Christmas pieces for every Christmas season. These are some of her favorites. Our opening tonight is Sophia's Carol Medley. See if you can pick out Joy to the World, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Lo, How a Rose Ere Blooming, and the finale, O Come All Ye Faithful. We hope you love our Christmas music as much as we enjoy playing it for you. Here's wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas. It's hard to imagine that Drummer Boy has been played on the airwaves of America longer than I've been alive. It's about the same age as A Mall in the Night Visitors. And yes, it's older than Rudolph, Charlie Brown, and the Grinch. No, it's not a true story. No, the Drummer Boy is not in the Bible. No, the Drummer Boy has not really been in the stable at the manger. But few songs have captured the spirit of Christmas as well as this one. It puts us in the mindset of what might have been had we been there too. This is what Christmas is all about. This delightful setting of variations came out of some improvisations that Sophia was playing around with on New Year's Day, 2018. She calls it simply enough, Drummer Boy Variations, and breathes new life into an old tune. It comes at a cost though. I can't listen to the old original anymore. Choose your favorite variation. There are 6. Sophia has always had a penchant for searching for things that are old over here in the New World. Back home, when you've looked out your window all your life at an old Christian church foundation that was laid in the year 800, it's rough being in a land where nothing is old. Well, almost. We have the Town Creek Indian Mound just down the road from us here. It's not really old by Ukrainian standards, but it is old enough to give us some semblance of hope here. So it is with music. Sophia decided to find the oldest Christmas carol she could find in the Americas and see what she could do with it. She discovered the Huron Carol from Canada. It was written by the missionaries to the Native Americans. It's so old that the Christian missionaries, of course, had to change the story of the wise men coming to the manger to something that the original inhabitants of this land could understand. The wise men famously became chiefs bearing beaver pelts. Sophia decided to pair this American carol with an old Basque carol from Europe that she has liked for many years. The angel Gabriel from heaven came. She thought the two just fit. The angel Gabriel is first, the Huron carol is the quick one. Together, Sophia calls them two ancient carols. See if you can feel the wildness of North America during the earliest days of trying to bring Christianity to this land. I get cold just listening. Sometimes you just don't need an existing carol. Sophia composed this next piece for the Christmas of 2013. We pick up new Christmas pieces around here the way most folks get an annual ornament for the tree. I think you'll just feel Christmas spirit popping out all over the place with this one. Sophia said her inspiration for this piece was her imagining the difficult ancient road from Nazareth to Jerusalem. What would it have been like for travelers on the road reporting for the census? An unknown Joseph and Mary, with Jesus still in the womb, were in the midst of so many, but an electricity was in the air. Here is Sophia's Christmas, trying to capture that sense. We're both getting a little woozy. Let's try one more time here. You know Sophia couldn't leave her beloved Ukraine behind for long. Sophia loves the United States and she loves the people here so much. But everyone who knows her knows that for Sophia, the sky is just a little bit bluer and the wheat is just a little bit more golden in Ukraine than anywhere else in the world. She wants America to know, at least a little bit, what Christmas is like in her homeland. We have jingle bells. They have Dobry vechir, good evening to you. This is probably the most familiar Christmas song in all Ukraine. On Christmas Eve, caroler groups go from house to house in the snow, singing for their supper and treats. Each group bears a cross or a Christmas star before them on a staff to protect the group from evil spirits and demons in the darkness. All things evil are especially strong on Christmas Eve. Satan's minions are in full force, making a last-ditch, futile stand before the coming of the light of the world on Christmas morning. Good evening to you, masters in this hall. The Christ child is here. Bring forth all your finest bread, made from the finest wheat. The world is saved. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Sophia is a pure-blooded descendant of the Vikings. I think she decided to have a little mercy on her overly pure-blooded English husband. If there's any carol that defines the English Christmas experience, it has to be God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. It was made the ultimate household carol in the English-speaking world when Charles Dickens named his novel after the Christmas carol that was sung in the story. God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Sophia elevates a simple street corner carol to something really special by giving it her touch. There's no better way for us to wrap up tonight than with this rousing rendition. Merry Christmas, everyone.